Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of the Shrek Through. This is the only place on YouTube that you can find an ogre that's decomposing, traversing an endless Bastille in search of glory and Princess Fiona and perhaps Eddie Murphy or, Donkey, same thing. Yeah, well, Eddie Murphy plays Donkey. Anyway, today's mission, as you probably remember from the last episode, we still need to overcome the Bastille boss, but there are a few other ways we can approach things, and if things don't quite pan out on the first try or two, maybe we'll approach a different angle on this scenario, because there's actually a number of different other ways that we can go that don't necessarily involve us going this way for now. Like, we can come back to this later. There's actually 4 bosses that we need to take out at some point, but it doesn't have to be now. By the way, before I get started, I should have probably checked my attunement. I kind of wanted maybe more soul arrows. We'll just roll with it, whatever. So I want to address a comment that came up a few times on the last episode, and that was that I had kind of been using humanity. It actually came up on 2 episodes, not just the last one, but I've been using humanity wrong, kind of, or I should say human effigy wrong, sort of as if I was using it as humanity from the original Dark Souls, which is not really ideal in this case. So the difference being, in this case, I should have probably been prioritizing... we need to get out of this situation right now. Nope, he's hitting the dog now. That's not good for the dog, I guess. I need to potentially not use it at the wrong time. Like, if I'm using my human effigy right away, basically I'm setting myself up for failure, because it's not a huge reason to do that. The only reason that I can come up with, and I think this is what was kind of riding in the back of my mind, was that essentially I was trying to get the full health from having the human effigy done right by the bonfire, and also it just felt normal to use it by a bonfire, but, reality says now that I can just run through everything, and when I get to where I need to be, I can pop it then and still get the benefits of the summon. Yeah, the more I do this, the more I'm thinking I really should have hung on to that other soul arrow attunement, but, we'll deal. And also, I did equip a leather shield on my my hand, which I should really be slashing these dogs instead of using soul arrows for all of them. So yeah, if I need to, potentially I can use that shield. Might be good for the start of the boss, when we first get in, waiting for the dude to show up, we can do one of those. Just toggle back and forth, let it, it's not a full 100% block shield or anything, so don't worry about that. I'm going to take a little damage, but hopefully I won't get just straight up trounced like I was before. Also, I have like quite a bit of human effigy, so I'm not sure why I was so worried. Things are going to be alright, I think. So here we are again, up facing the man of the hour up the hill here. Now, there's been theories, and I kind of agree that maybe this has been the case, and I've just been misunderstanding things, but there's been theories that maybe what I was supposed to be doing is coming through the other path, and that leads me to the barrel from the other side, and the other path meaning where that tower is, over to the right, there's another bonfire from there that I can get to from fighting a different boss, which I actually have access to, and that might be my long-term plan, but if I come from the other side, it's not going to be quite as threatening for me to kick the barrel myself. See, now he's just going to hit the thing, he's going to explode. That's alright. I was kind of just hoping that maybe we could just kill this guy quickly, not have to deal with him very much. There's also another barrel, which if I have pyromancy or fire bombs, I should be able to just throw or, shoot a flaming arrow or some kind of thing into it, and then that will explode it. So I actually did have the opportunity to do things correctly last time, but I didn't quite wrap my whole mind around it, just part of it. Alright, here we go. Dog and slash. And I have a fire sword, so that's kind of a thing, too. I just would have had to take the whole brunt of the explosion right on the chin, which might be more than Shrek can handle at this point in his life. He's an ogre, but he's still sensitive, like onions. They have sensitive skin. And as you can see, the sands of time have not been gentle to this ogre, but, he's also kind of a tough guy, too. So I guess he falls somewhere in the middle. So I don't know what to do about this. I shouldn't have been taking so much damage, but I guess I'll use an Estus. And we'll just jump on down and hope for the best and not have to risk as much. You can see there's actually almost... Oh, God. Yeah, alright, that just worked barely. There's almost like a little lit-up path for where exactly we're supposed to be running when we do that. Did we attract the attention of the guard? It doesn't look like it this time. I didn't see him come down the stairs, so that's good news. So let's just creep on over here. On Ogre here, rather. And then we'll make sure that we're not being followed by any scum villains from the ladder area. No, it looks like we're fine. Yeah, they would have come up by now. And then we'll just pop a human effigy. And that should cause a summon sign to appear, in which case I will then summon our comrade in arms to... Oh, excuse me, get out of that menu. There we go. Pilgrim, Belclair, come do my bidding, please. And I will get my shield ready to go, and then we will pop right through that fog wall, and we'll hope for the best here. So I probably want to start off with Great Soul Arrows, or heavy, either one. Actually, I guess with the heavy, things aren't quite as dire as I was thinking them to be. And I just really, really want to stay up on that platform if at all possible. As soon as I get knocked down, things are going to get hairy. Well, you know, I'm used to that as an ogre, but, you know, things will get ugly as weight. I'm used to that as an ogre as well. I don't know. Things will do something. Don't fall off the platform is all I want. Let's get our souls if we had any. Oh, yeah, we had a couple there. Alright, so you should probably come out. There you are. No, that's not the shield at all. Thank you, though. I appreciate the thought. And you're still on me, aren't you? Oh, and you've fallen down. That's bad news. It'll come back up, so actually if I stay shielded... Oh, yeah, there it is. And I ate right through my stamina. Why don't you attract the attention of this friend, and I'll just roll and take a whole bunch of damage. That's fine. I guess I won't really be doing much attacking right off the bat. We'll just maybe ogre up over here. Maybe tank a few hits on the shield. I think the shield is kind of absolutely necessary. And now that you've got the attention of our friend, I will start to beat on Ruin Sentinel Yahim with some soul arrows. And I can do that from up here, thankfully, which means that maybe I should be able to vanquish the one of them. There we go, there's one down. Now the second and the third will come at me, bro. And that one's going to jump up in just a moment, so I want to make sure I have my shield ready. Alright, no, actually we're fine. Now the other one hasn't come down yet. Maybe I should actually just stay up here. The more damage I can get in, the better. The other one's at half already. And I'm kind of making my life harder by sticking on the other one. I really don't want to do that if at all possible. We're out of soul arrows on that. Our friend's still alive against all odds, remarkably. If I could just vanquish the one, I think we might actually have a chance here. Maybe I should try and get a Soul Spear barrage in. That didn't do a single freaking thing. Alright, what's your deal? You're gonna come up, right? Yeah, there you are. And you're done. Now, there's the other one. Now I can actually drop down safely. And, well, pseudo-safely. Let's pop a life gem while you figure out what you're doing with your life. And as long as I can keep my distance here and shield up, I think we're gonna be alright, maybe. Maybe. Carefully, carefully. No, that's not what I wanted. That's not at all what I wanted, though. I wanted my shield. Switching back and forth between items here, not easy. You're gonna lunge at me, aren't you? I have a feeling you're gonna lunge. I kind of wish I had my soul arrows on my other hand right now, but that's not a convenience that I am allowed to have. And I'm going to be taking damage every time I try to tank one of these hits, so that's really not recommended. I still would, yeah, I'd really much rather be doing some rolling through all of this mess. Oh god, don't get too close. This is kind of intense. I'm out of Estus, by the way, in case you haven't noticed. And you're going to keep coming at me, though. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna have to actually turn the other direction and run and try and pop a life gem here. And he's gonna chase right behind me, and oh my god, that did not really do what I wanted it to do at all. Alright, I'm gonna have to get a move on here. I don't know where the enemy even is, probably right behind me. Let me see what your patterns are gonna be. Yeah, you go into that move. I'm gonna throw a soul arrow at you now. Oh, you're gonna dodge that. And dodge! Thank goodness that worked. I guess I'm gonna have to actually rely on proper timing, right? That's a wild thing to do. Yep, you're gonna spin. That's gonna hit me. Oh no! Oh, I actually thought I had a chance on that one. Darn, that is very frustrating. I really thought I was gonna make it through. Well, so my thought was maybe I should just abandon this boss fight and try and go at it from another angle, but now I got so close now that I've been bitten with the bug and I want to, you know, keep it going and maybe do something a little bit better next time. I didn't use my sword at all, so that makes me wonder maybe I should just sub out my sword, 'cause this is my main source of contention right now. I don't have another thing I can shoot spells with, do I? Oh, I do, but it sucks, and I also don't have proper stats for it. So why don't I switch my spell item, my spell casting wand, over to my other hand. And then we can put our shield here, and then we'll just be a big sucker and try and do things this way. I don't even have the sword at all anymore, but I guess, well, I can keep it on, and I'll just not really use it. Just keep it on my other hand. And I want to reattune spells. I want to change over. Is this the crystal, whatever this thing? Soul Spear Barrage is just kind of butts for me right now. We could put up another set of soul arrows. I think that would probably be the better use. What was the other thing here? There's like a white, some kind of spell. Oh, emit force. That's a miracle. I don't have stuff for that. All right, we're good. All right, so here we go. I wish my health bar was a little bit longer. In this case, that actually would have helped me out of a few jams. I didn't want to really use a shield if I could have gotten away with it for longer. I kind of enjoyed the complete only relying on my wits kind of approach, and I know that's a little bit silly after I've died this many times, perhaps, but that's kind of why I haven't put on any armor at this point. Like, I just want to not get hit whenever I can. Also, I'm on the wrong soul arrows here. Oh, God. Hello. Yeah, hi. Welcome to the jungle. Yeah, you're in a really weird spot right now, and I don't have a sword for close combat. Yeah, that's completely my own fault. Maybe I should have put the sword on the same arm as the wand. How about we do that? That's more reasonable, isn't it? And we'll just have the binos. No, we'll just get rid of the binos. We can put them back later on. It's not like I can't change what I have mapped to what later. And you can get shot. Oh, wait, that's not the right button. Oh, God, so many problems with controls right now. Why is this happening to me? I know better. And that dog's going to be off in purgatory over there for a while, so I should be able to take advantage of that situation. And that was a really, really bad swing there, Mr. Man. And one more for you. The end. And what did we get? Twilight Herb. I don't remember what that does. I don't think that's a very big deal, though. Alright, dog, once more with you. I'm not sure quite how many times now I've gone through this little mini gauntlet. It's not really that much of a gauntlet, but I'm starting to wonder, like, how many more before they all despawn. I feel like that could be a thing. Alright, come on. Come on down. Oh, there's one, and I guess I'll just use my sword for the other one. Meleeing ogre. Who would have thought, as a wizard? Not really your place in the world, but if it works, it works. So I have a kind of a low amount of life gems. I'm getting a little bit worried now that I may have to end up replenishing those at some point. What would be fantastic is we could just, like, fight this guy somewhere else. But I'm just, like, I'm not that good at moving him around. And the dog is going to hit me when I do that. So, yeah, I don't know where the barrel is. Oh, it actually went... Oh, it went exactly where it was supposed to go. What are the odds of that? I guess we'll rest at this bonfire then. Well, I guess this dog is gonna hang out. Oh god, here we go. What are we doing now? Let's get out of this awful corridor for a moment. At least we opened the freaking bonfire, so if we did anything this episode, that's progress. And now I can actually Estus so I don't just die right now. This guy's gonna come down the way, as he is wont to do. That's gonna hit me, absolutely. And he's going to do that move again, most likely. And I'm going to stagger him, though. And we're going to roll. And then we're going to do one more. And then we're going to duck. And that was a good roll, I'd say. One more shot. And I don't know what happened to the dog. No, he's still alive. That's going to kill me. Yep. All right. And he's going to do a little silly dance at the end to celebrate his victory over the poor defenseless ogre. All he has is soul arrows. Man, you are a jerk, you know that? Well, at least we opened up that bonfire. Again, don't really care that much. What did we lose, like 4,000 souls? Sounds like a lot at the beginning of the game, but honestly, it's basically nothing. By the end of the game, and by the way, my other character now, I'm at, I don't know, level 150 or so, and I think I'm about 98% through all of the content that's available in the game. What that means to me is essentially I've some consumable soul items that are worth, I don't know, 20 or 10, at least 10,000, if not double that. But the more significant reason that this was a big deal to open that, whatever we call that door that we just blew open with the explosives, is that now we have access to all these chests, and as well as a blacksmith that can actually create weapons out of boss items, but not yet, of course, because that would be far too easy, and this is Dark Souls, remember. Oh, why can't they all be this easy? Meh. Alright, well, he's basically rubbing it in. Got a wild one here. All this guy wants is a flame ember, and we don't get the flame ember for a little while yet, unless we decide to go in that path, which, now that I know where he is and what his deal is, maybe I will actually make that decision earlier on than I did in the first go. But how are we going to deal with this guy? So, you know, it seems like a... Oh, right, the dogs are still here. I forgot about them. Seems like a big deal that we would have gotten to this blacksmith, but then at the end of the day, really all we ended up with is a bunch of chests that opened up and didn't really give us anything particularly fantastic anyway. Oh, right, and the third one, can't forget you. I thought maybe, just maybe, you would forget about me, though. That's right. Dre's locked in the basement. We know how it is. Let's just go kill the dog over here, maybe? And this dog as well. No, we need another roll, please. Oh, God. Now he's going to show up. Can we just not do all of this mess? I'll just... Nope. Yeah, I missed. That was a bid for some kind of luck that wouldn't ever work out. If I eventually kill all these guys, of course, they'll just stop showing up, and then I won't have to deal with them ever again. I would really like to finish this boss, and I'm starting to get impatient. This is, and of course, not a good idea if you're playing Dark Souls to be impatient, but I think the real thing that's weighing on me is just watching the timer tick by as this episode starts to dry up, and we've basically only exploded a wall that I should have been able to explode a long, long, long time ago. And we haven't really done much other than that. Alright, so I've already taken a hit. And the dog, of course, will rush into the air and hit me with the greatest of ease, whereas I cannot do such feats. And the dog, look at this fantastic physics. The dog is halfway embedded in this wall with one leg dangling and hanging on. It's pretty silly. So I guess I'll Estus, because I guess why not? Just hope that we don't need to use that for later. Spoilers, we will. There you go. Oh, he kicked the barrel again, by accident though this time. Yep, roll. Thankfully we've got the incline working to our benefit this time. Switch back to the sword, and it's weird going back to moments of being a melee class again. I'm not really sure I want that. I kind of wanted to avoid that at all costs, to be perfectly honest. But now that we're here, we're here. May as well embrace it. May as well face it, because that's what ogres do. Face our problems instead of letting them eat at us and become one of our many layers. And, you know, you kind of need that moment of concentration to make that jump properly, it seems. Now, did we attract the attention of banana guards upstairs? Yes, we did this time. Oh, right, because it's completely random, evidently. What's that door about, by the way? I guess if you see a door that's sort of slanted inward like that, it means that it just won't ever do anything, which is kind of dumb. I kind of wish that all doors were always usable in some form or fashion. So we're going to wait until big old dingus comes up the flight up here. Or not the flight, the ladder. He'll be here any moment, and then we'll just take him out before we go on. Unless there happen to be like 3 of them, in which case we'll just submit and die. Because that's just how that's going to go. This guy's going to probably have more health than I can deal with the amount of stamina I have, so we're going to have to actually tank a few hits, I think. Well, maybe 2 or 1. Alright, that went fairly admirably. I think that certainly has gone worse in the past. So I'm minus an Estus Flask. I'm not super happy about that. We're going to pop our human effigy here and get our summon in play. And we'll just hope that things go even more smoothly this time, and that'll be all I can really do. What else could you really expect, right? At least we have our sword and our shield and our staff on hands that make more sense this time, and maybe that'll be the thing that swings the victory in our favor. I don't know. You know, may the odds ever be in our favor. Pilgrim Belclair, would you please do the honors? If you'd like to maybe get right up in the way of this fog wall, that would be really nice, so that way we can move things. You're not gonna do that, though, so let's just go right through it. Yeah. Donkey. So I'm about as close to the edge of that platform as I'm going to get. I'll let you start swinging away. I'll just break into that. Why not? And you can take on aggro if you don't mind. That would be pretty cool. That's going to hit me. Oh, that's going to hit me real hard. Let's not do that again. We'll Estus there, and let's start on with the soul arrows. You're going to knock down, aren't you? You are going straight down into that pit. Yes, you are. And that's how things get started, I suppose. The party has begun. The festivities, in fact, have begun. Where you're going to really stand right under this platform, huh? This is exactly where I can't do a single thing about it. I could start shooting the other guys, but that would be really bad for me. Alright, there you are. Pilgrim Belclair, you're still at half health phenomenally. could stay right about there, that would be great. You've got about 2 shots left. There you go. That's the end of that one. There comes number 2, and most likely number 3 will come right along with it. It's funny that these ones have names, because later on in the game you actually fight more of these guys, and they actually don't seem to have any kind of designation whatsoever. Oh, that was a lot of damage that Sentinel Elisa just took. And, oh, let's see if we could finish this one off. That's probably not going to happen, though. The other one looks like it's about to come up, and it's blocking all my attacks. Crap, I think it's up. Yeah, it's up. Alright, I don't know what to do about this exactly. Is it gonna... What? What just happened? It just, like, flew off, I guess. We're gonna get probably hurt pretty badly in just a few moments when the other one shows up. Oh, they don't seem to want to jump up here all the time, though, so... Oh, well, I've fallen now. Alright. We're into that phase, then. Let's get our timing down. That's all I really have at this point. Oh, we've got to deal with 2 of them, though. Yeah, that's always fun. And the other one's going to take up the slack where that one ended, I believe. They actually seem to be able to trigger their attacks almost in sequence. That was a really bad roll. So that's going to be the end of my life once more. And perhaps next episode we will not be fighting these characters again. We'll go somewhere else until we can maybe get a level or 2 and then come back. Because I really don't want to get myself in the habit of using all my human effigies. It's really frustrating, and it's really sort of morally degrading in a way. It sort of eats away at you, knowing that every time you attempt it, you are one step closer to not having any more human effigy, and, you know, of course, the edge, because you're about to break. So the next place that we would want to go, and I don't know, maybe we have enough time that we could go run over there real quick and just see what's up, would be to go fight the Pursuer. Because I've heard that's a way that we can get around things. I'm not sure exactly how this sequence breaking kind of works. I mean, basically what happens on the other side of the Pursuer, there's a crow that takes us back over to the Bastille, and we would come through on that tower that I mentioned. Also, why did I go to this bonfire? This is actually not the correct one. I meant to go to this one, in fact, the Cardinal Tower. And so we'd be able to go through from the other side. We'd be able to open a one-sided door. And from there, we would have now interconnectivity back to the area we were just in. But there's also a way that you can get into the Bastille by jumping onto a roof. And I'm assuming, because I don't really remember this perfectly, I mean, I was there on my other character, but it's just not coming to mind. I'm assuming that there's a way to use that angle of things to somehow end up where you need to get to from there. Or maybe you can get a key. There's like some kind of like antiquated key or some kind of something with an A, I think, that would let us perhaps go through the door that we need to go through. This is, speaking of a door we need to go through, that would be right here. Using a soldier key, and our spearmen are actually going to track us right along. Don't actually need to really engage in these guys, I don't believe. Oh, he's going to get 2 shots off on me, that's great. And that big old tile-y mess is just basically a door that we can go up later. Or actually, I'm sorry, we never go up there. That is just a dead end. Game likes to give us false hope. I believe when they were in the process of creating Dark Souls 2, there were quite a few areas, little cubby holes and such, that they intended on expanding upon and just ran out of time. I'll try and point those out as we go, because I believe there are quite a few of them. Oh, sweet invincibility frames, you've helped me so. Alright, so we're now in the Super Saiyan battle with the Pursuer. Who is hopefully going to be not nearly as hard as the other character. I should actually be able to use these ballistas to my advantage. Oh, well, not that one, evidently. So there goes that. I said I was going to do this next time, but, you know, I might as well give you a preview of what we have in store. Let him charge, and you know, as long as I get to the other side of things, we're going to be probably fine. Seems like I have a little bit more leeway with my dodge rolls, and oh, don't want to get hit with that one. That one's an impale move when he lights up his sword all blue and glowy. Yep, alright, he's gonna go for a double, and land on me with the third, and thankfully I missed all 3 of those. Thankfully my stamina just seems to work out just right. Oh god, that's a carriage. I'm not interested in standing inside of that. Ballista would be great, but that was a really terrible timing for that roll, but I still didn't get hit. Thankfully his range is not nearly as bad as it could be. I'm much, much more mobile than I usually am when I fight this guy. Oh, crap, that's bad. That's real bad for business. Let's get out of there. Let him charge back in the other direction again. And I should be able to hit him with one. Oh, God, that's gonna hurt. Get out of there. See if we can maybe use a little bit of a space between us here to get an Estus in after this next attack. Yeah, alright, that's going to take him a second. And, whoa! Oh, he didn't actually hit me on that, thankfully. Range again, kind of sucks for him. There we go. And that's going to hit me at least the one time. We've got him down under half. This is quite harrowing getting away from this guy with the speed that he can cross this gap. That's like all he wants to do is just run back and forth on this platform. He does not want to like regroup or anything. Oh, she dodged right through that. Almost got me on that last one too. My goal is here to be confrontational, but only when I know I'm absolutely safe. And that is a wrap, folks. So the Pursuer's also gotten the best of us. We've been bested by all of our foes on today's episode. And that is going to do it, because I just can't quite bring myself to go back and do that again on the same run. So we will reconvene, hopefully with fresh mind and fresh spirit that is not quite as broken, and see if Ogre can overcome. Because one thing I know about Ogres is that their life and that their love is unmatched and unrivaled, so basically we should be able to channel that energy into the greatest heavy soul arrow that the world has ever seen. Again, I forget if great or heavy is the better one. This one's got a little bit darker blue around it, so I'm going to assume probably great soul arrow is the one I should have been using the whole time. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. By the way, in case I didn't mention this already, I tend to record in bulk. So if there's something that I missed or that seems like I'm just not doing, trust me, I read your comments. I just can't really delete the video I already recorded, so just like let it go, and one comment will do. Don't think that I am trying to spite anyone by not responding to you or anything like that. I trust me, I see everything you say. So I will catch you on the next one. Thank you as always for your continued support of the Shrek through. Do continue leaving those likes if you don't mind. It greatly helps out the channel and helps keep this a top priority, highly schedulable Let's Play for me. So I appreciate that you're still here and that you're still interested. And we will overcome, guys. We've got the power. We've got the power. So I will see you next time.